Alright guys, it's been a long time since we put something on the channel, so we got some good news. We want to put this video out there, give you a quick walk around. We've got back on the road. We drove 50 miles more or less yesterday with no problems whatsoever. Got a fuel mileage number. Talk about that in a minute. But I want to give you a quick walk around before it gets too dark out here. One of the things that we did was replace the carpeting up front. The old carpeting was ratty and dirty. We pulled it out and we found out that the floorboard had holes in it and needed to be repaired. So we put some repair work in the floorboard, some seam sealer to stop some water leaks, and had new seat pedestals fabricated up. Got those bolted in, and I got one more piece of the carpet to put together, but other than that, the carpet's in, ready to go. Got the doghouse back in, got the side steps back in, got the rear view camera mounted, so we're good to go down the road. We've got our seat belts mounted in. And so, do a quick walk around. We haven't changed a whole lot in the outside. We did put a little bit of padding behind our telescope mount right here so it doesn't rattle around as much. Not a whole lot to change in that cabinet. We'll go inside in a minute. We got this cabinet back here. We're getting stuff prepped to take for the trip. We got the dog leash, we got the table, we got some blankets for sitting around the campfire, a little bit of motor oil for spare. So we're trying to figure out what space we have in this thing and where we need to add things to. So we'll take a walk around the back and I'll show you what we've got going on back here. So the load lights that we had before up here were halogen lights, and they get really hot, they start melting the lenses. So we changed those to LED. So anytime these doors are open, these LED lights are on. So we didn't want those getting hot and burning everything. So we got the bed in here. Got a queen size bed in it. I've shown that a few times. We got storage underneath here. We got the telescope lenses pieces. We got our camping chairs. We got a 10 by 10 canopy tucked away back in there, so we can pull that out. Got a little bit more room for other storage. So we should have plenty of room for all the stuff that we want to take with us. Quick walk around here. Got our camping plug-in port here, so we can run 30 amp service, plug into any campground. We got our utility closet here with the power cords and surge protectors, and then a little bit lower we got the generator and heater, all that tucked away in here. Got our toolbox in here. So with the diesel engine, we'll want to have a handful of spare filters. We got some fuel injection cleaner, we got our air lines, our tools. So if we get stuck on the side of the road, we should have plenty of stuff to put us back on the road. The only problem with this is if we're broken down on the side of the road, this is the side of the truck the traffic is on. They should have put this on the other side, but we'll make do. Alright, the water cabinet. See if a camera person could reach over that. We've got 14 gallons of fresh water in here. And we got a 10 gallon drain, so we have plenty of water on board. Got a water pump in here with a switch inside, so we can turn the water on and off when we're inside. Got our water lines here that go to the closet next to me. And in here, we got our hot water heater installed right here. It runs on propane. We don't have the propane tank hooked up to it right now. I got a shelf in here with the propane tank underneath it, and an outdoor shower tucked away back here. Actually sits up about 6 feet over your head if you want to. Plenty of storage up here. We're going to get a portable porta-pot and a canopy that we can set up and have a little bit of privacy. So in places that we're off the grid but need a place to go, we can have that. Back over the driver's side, different view of the carpet that we put in there. The switches up there. We added a switch for the remote camera, the rear view camera that connects to our GPS and navigation. So now we can turn the camera on and off without getting in and out of the truck. We got the custom bead rolled panels installed over the passenger's head and over the driver's head. You probably can't get to that. Okay, come on out here. We're gonna go inside now. So we did a lot of work up here under the front of the truck, but we didn't really show you that because we had to take both fenders off, both running boards off, the hood off, a whole bunch of stuff to solve water leaks. There's really nothing to see from the outside of the truck. It's fixed now. That's the only thing to say about it. Inside, we haven't made a lot of changes in here. Have a seat here while the cameraman gets settled. Okay, so we've shown you the inside a little bit. It's starting to get dark outside. Butcher block countertop over here. We got the sink installed. It's got hot and cold running water. We can spray the dishes, spray people in bed if we need to. We got USB charging ports for phones and other stuff like that. Got shore power over here. This main light over here is actually connected to shore power, so when we're plugged into the campground, this one will work. The other ones are connected up to, they're converted to LED. They work off of the battery, so when we're not plugged in, they'll work. Let's see, we got some space over here for the cat. Got a little cat cut out for her to get back and forth in there, and then we have this big old cubby back here for her to put her. We'll put her pan, put a blanket back there, give her a place to hide away from the dog. We got some lockable storage over here, so we can lock that up. We got a key to lock for that. Got the sharp container that was original to the ambulance, and we converted it just for scissors and knives and other fun things to play with. There we go. Got the original drawer that came with the ambulance. We've converted it to utensils and other various kitchen implements. So we got the clock installed. We got the ceiling fan installed. I'm not going to turn it on because it's actually dark up there. Can't see anything going on. But we were sitting in here earlier and we were trying to figure out what we need to do to get ready to go camping, and we're pretty much ready to go. We've got the bed in. We got to put some sheets on it. We got to put our blankets in, or our clothes and stuff in here. We've got dishes, we've got a stove, we've got propane for the stove, we've got the refrigerator. We are literally like a half hour away from going camping in this thing. It's taken a ton of work. There's still a few things to do here and there, but like I said, we took it out yesterday and we left the house, and the first thing we did was go put gas in it, or diesel in it, because we didn't know how much the tank would hold. So we went to the gas station, we put 30 gallons of diesel in it. We were expecting to put more, but we took 30. And then we just started driving. And we drove, all told, 43 miles. Stopped at a couple places, showed the ambulance off to a couple of friends, went to the weigh station over at the truck stop, got a weight on it. So by the numbers, it weighs 11,600 pounds. With the two of us and the dishes and everything else in it. So that's right about what we expected. I expected 12,000 and we're right on that number. So the truck is definitely designed to carry more than that. The chassis and all that will support over 14,000, so we have no worries about it being overloaded. Going down the road, had plenty of power. We could go as fast as we wanted to. We could pass cars, whatever. Obviously the diesel, it's not fast. But the combined fuel mileage we got out of it between some highway and mostly, city driving was 12.7, which that's pretty decent for what we're looking at. We calculated that the gas tank, or the diesel tank, holds 37 to 38 gallons, so we're expecting to go about 450 miles on a tank. That's a lot better than my little truck, which would get about 150 miles per tank, so it's a little bit worse gas mileage than most vehicles, but for a long trip, it's going to work out pretty well. I think that's all I want to cover in this particular wrap up. Like I said, we are really, really close to getting it on the road and ready to go. So if there's any questions, comments, or anything like that, put them down in the comments and let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.